Hi YouTubers, welcome to one of my videos. Got a few projects to finish off, one thing or another, and my heatsink arrived for my amplifier thing I'm building, and so I've got to work on that. I've also got to work on, this is a camera which I used to use when I was canoeing, but I've got capsized and water got inside it, and it was salt water, so it's causing problems, so I've got to do that. It might be a scrapper, to be honest. It's never been really good, and oh gosh, got loads of stuff to do. I've got to sort out some rubber feet stops to go on the boot of the Bertie Bongo. I've got to build a choke that goes in line with the aerial to stop any back EMF coming down the line back into the radio, and that's a ferrite ring, and especially if I'm using half wave. I've got to fit some cargo nets in the back of the Bertie Bongo. I've got to go back on Herb motorhome and have another go at preventing meat getting into it. So there's all sorts of things going on at the moment. Oh yeah, and I've got to sort out the kitchen because Monday they're coming to fit a new smart electric meter and a smart gas meter, because the ones that's already hit in the bungalow don't want to communicate with the company we have a subscription for the gas, etc. So there's loads and loads going on, so I better get on with this. And what I've done so far with the Minipa70 is I'm tapping the heatsink for the board to be mounted, and then I'm going to tap it for the transistors, and then I've got a completely different subject. I've got to carry on with some filters I'm making, low pass filters. It's all go, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is put my diesel heater on down here because it's perishing in here. Okay, well the board's on now. I've got the transistors or the MOSFETs in. Not easy, but there should be a space between the circuit board and the heatsink. That stops the heat going into the board, so that looks okay. So next is mounting the MOSFETs, and I'm going to use some heat conductive glue on here, and so that they are mounted properly. I've got the pads, and I need to put a bit of glue on them so it conducts the heat through. And yeah, I'm running out of this stuff. It's going a bit hard, so we'll see. Okay, so it's all the components on, and I've set the bias to 2.7 volts as it says on the circuit diagram, but I'm not sure whether that's correct or not. It's hardly drawing any current with nothing going in. To operate the relay, it draws about 30 milliamps, so it's nothing. And yeah, it's not quite. I've bent the fins because the screws are very, very long that go through the MOSFETs, but that's fine. Can't feel any heat anywhere in it. And yeah, it's probably when you transmit it draws current, but it's drawing hardly anything at the moment, so I'm not sure whether the bias should be 2.7 or 3.7. Well, I've just actually connected this up, and on the 20 meter band, 1 watt 3 4 in gives 50 out, 5 watt gives 70 out, and if I go up in power, 6 or 7 watt in, it stops around about 70, so that's good. On the 40 meter band, above 4 watts in, it seems to overload it and it pulses, but it could be because I'm running it from a car battery and my power supply is not man enough. But what I've got to do now is actually work out a way of mounting the low pass filters this side. That's why I mounted it offset, so I can mount the two low pass filters here, and then I'm going to have a switch to switch between the 40 meter band and the 20 meter band. Very pleased. Didn't work first time. On the manual it says you set the bias to 2.7. I actually put it at 3.2 and then it seemed to work fine. Quite pleased about how it's gone together. Yeah, I'm amazed actually that it works straight away. Yeah, my soldering's not the best in the world, but it works fine, so really pleased with it.